Greetings, and welcome to the Last of Us episode recaps. We'll save you the enthusing about why the 2013 PC game adapted to this series is the absolute best and get right to it. If you find difficulty finding where to watch the new TV show, we have you covered in this video where we will review and provide a summary of the show. Episode 1 of The Last of Us starts with a discourse about viral flare-ups and pandemics in the 60s. A talk show, involving a scientist, a host and a guests, they discuss the real danger that can destroy humanity, that the biggest threat isn't bacteria though, and according to this doctor it's fungi. It's an eye-opening speech, one that basically discusses Ophiocordyceps camponotifloridani. The gist is, this fungi can turn its host into a puppet with the puppet master, the fungi itself, pulling the strings and controlling its host. It's a scary prospect, and one that forms the basis for our tale. We're in some spot near Austin, Texas. In 2003, we find Joel and his little girl Sarah. Notwithstanding it being Joel's birthday, he's resolved to pulling a twofold working. He guarantees Sarah he'll be home at 9 with a cake. Before she leaves, Sarah takes a broken watch and a pile of money from the higher-up cabinet while Joel isn't around. For sure, even before the zombie discharge up, things weren't going wonderfully for Joel. After school, Sarah pops into the watch repair shop. However, the visit was short as the police siren scared the shopkeeper, who asked Sarah to leave as they closed, feeling something isn't all right in the town. Stopping by her neighbor's place to bake some cookies and do homework, Sarah found the perfect gift for her father Joel, his favorite DVD, Curtis and Viper. An unnerving moment involving Connie, the wheelchair-bound woman, sees her start to contort and twist awkwardly. Thankfully, Sarah manages to get out before things really kick off, and before she actually sees this take place too. Back home, Joel is given his birthday present, that watch Sarah had fixed up earlier in the episode. The entire scene is beat for beat the same as the game, and it's beautifully done. However, later that evening Joel's phone starts buzzing. It's his brother, Tommy. He's in Travis County Jail after starting a fight with some guy swinging at a waitress going mad. If he doesn't get Tommy out now, then he'll be stuck all weekend. Sighing heavily, Joel heads off and leaves Sarah in bed. After a while, Sarah wakes up of noise on the street, finding house empty. She heads downstairs with a message on TV advises everybody to remain inside. So normally, Sarah chooses to go out and research her neighbors. She finds blood on the kitchen floor and Connie feeding and very clearly infected. Sarah bolts out the house when she sees ringlets in her mouth. Connie follows her swiftly. At the time, Joel appears with Tommy and terminates Connie before she caught Sarah. The pair scramble out and drive off while knocked two infected neighbors. They rushed into the core of town trying to escape military convoy, but got caught with a massive amount of infected people, creating a chaos on the streets. Their unique play to get out goes totally amiss, particularly when a fly plane accidents down onto the street. Joel scoops up Sarah and takes off when they regain consciousness. One of the infected notice the couple, starts to run after them, but just before one of the infected gets her, a soldier shoots him in the head. Tommy is gone, for now, while Sarah's injury from the crash is a point of contention. Unfortunately, the soldier has instructions to shoot. After firing a barrage of bullets, he looks set to kill Joel until Tommy returns. As for Sarah, she's fatally wounded. Joel is trying to stop bleeding, but a few moments later, she's dead. We then, at that point, bounce forward 20 years after the fact. We're in Boston, 2023. Joel is getting paid before finishing his work day. Military patrolling on the street. Crowd is witnessing a death penalty of a few civilians for trying to flee the city. Joel meets with an officer who owes him proportion cards. In return, he gives up pills that are obviously from completely out in Atlanta. He likewise raises the nervous idea of the troopers, who have been under weighty fire from the Fireflies of late, a revolutionary gathering expectation on removing this dictator rule from the public authority. We likewise meet Tess, a lady who winds up scrambling out a structure after it explodes. Obviously this is the Fireflies' doing, yet there are warriors on the roads battling with this dissident gathering. Tragically, the police accept Tess is a Firefly and remove her. Joel is still desperate to try and find Tommy in the wake of all this, as we learn the pair were actually separated earlier in the timeline. Joel is drinking heavily, popping pills, and eventually is reunited with Tess. She's been in federal lockup all day. Tess breaks the news that they need to get the car battery back, which Robert, the man she met earlier in the episode, has sold. In order to get the details, they need to find Robert, get the truck, and then go and find Tommy. Another character we're introduced to here is Ellie, going by the name of Veronica. Marlene and the other Fireflies inside Boston are keeping her locked up, but they intend to leave and head west with her, believing she's their salvation. Now, Marlene heads upstairs and hands back Ellie's bag, unlocking her cuffs and revealing her true name. Ellie calls Marlene a terrorist, who scoffs at the idea, even though it's true, and goes on to tell Ellie crucial intel that could change everything. Joel and Tess are heading to find Robert to get the battery from him. On their way, they noticed a new corpse completely suffocated and killed by deadly fungus virus. Everything comes to a head when Tess and Joel run into Marlene and Ellie whilst trying to find Robert, who has screwed both groups and is lying dead on the floor. Marlene has been shot, off the back of a skirmish with Robert over the car battery. A car battery that's faulty and absolutely no good. Marlene calls attention to that both Tess and Joel are more than fit for assuming control over her unique mission of shipping Ellie outside the city. The objective here is the old state house where different Fireflies are found. Heading there, Marlene guarantees they'll have a vehicle battery, weapons, and all the other things they need. Tess and Joel agree to bring Ellie to the point of destination. Joel and Ellie return home while Tess gathers supplies for the trip. Ellie explores Joel's apartment, which is definitely not impressive with some odd books and radio receiver. After Joel had a nap, Tess returns and all three hit the road. Joel concurs and they head out at an ungodly hour. Tragically, they're spotted by a warrior. A similar officer who Joel attempted to make an arrangement with prior in the episode. He actually takes a look at every one of them for disease, however Ellie stops him. Whenever the person focuses a weapon at Joel, he streaks back to those horrendous minutes, including Sarah, and kills him through and through. With respect to Ellie, it turns out she's really tainted, yet her injury is 3 weeks old and she's truly safe. As they scramble out the city, they're predominated by a high rise, standing out like a Goliath headstone in the shocking, stormy sky. Do you want to see if Joel, Tess, and Ellie can escape the city successfully without casualty? Press next video to find out. Don't forget to hit subscribe and like button so we could make and deliver more awesome film reviews for you. Comment below what is your favorite part in this episode is, and I will see you in the next film review.